Hello, this is the 13th CSA unboxing video we have done in our series. It's hard to believe we've done that many. It is also hard to believe that we are right on the verge of fall and the vegetables are still pouring in. Before we get looking at the vegetables we got this week, let's take a look at what we did with some of the vegetables that we got last week.
All right, I have an excuse. We are having some work done in our kitchen, so we really haven't been cooking a lot. I did make this salad that came out looking really nice and tasted good too. And I went kayaking, so maybe I didn't have enough time to cook.
Once again, this week I did not go down to the Canton Farmers Market to visit Kent family growers to pick up our CSA. I sent my daughter Lucy. Actually, she asked if she could go because she had so much fun going herself last time, which is kind of the second thing in my life that I've given up that I used to do that was secretly fun to do, and now I kind of have to fight to get to do them. One is mowing the lawn, which is kind of fun, but now other people have discovered it's fun. And the second one is picking up the CSA. So let's take a look at what happened when Lucy went to the CSA pickup today.
So Lucy sent me a picture of the big board that doesn't do much good because I can't really read that on my phone. And then she informed me that one of the things we wanted to get was celery, and she couldn't find it. I suggested to her that she ask, or maybe they were just out of celery. That happens sometimes. I also offered her an option to not get the celery, and of course get some kale, which is always our fallback. And then she learned that the celery is green, and it's not white. You know, white celery. And we also asked her to get chili peppers, and she said all the peppers were chili peppers. And so I said maybe you could get a mix of them. And then she told me that the jalapenos came in pints, so she couldn't really mix those. But I really like jalapenos, and I know what they are, and I know what I want to do with them. So I naturally told her rather enthusiastically to bring those. And she got one of the last two, and she was finished.
So now let's take a look at the vegetables that we got this week in our share. Number one, this has got to be coming to the end pretty soon, but the sweet corn still keeps coming in, and the share is again still 5 ears, which are too many. They're getting bigger and bigger. I used to be able to hold them all in one hand, but now I can't. So 5 ears of corn ready to be consumed. I've been cutting it off the cob lately and putting it into stir fries and salsas and things like that in the last week because there's just so much corn you can eat right off the cob. So 5 ears of those. I asked Lucy to get lettuce, and she got the biggest green leafy thing she could find, which was of course a Napa cabbage. Decidedly not lettuce, but I guess close enough. This is huge, and I'm not sure what we're going to do with it, but I guess we'll find something. That's a big head of Napa. It won't stay in the bag. Let's see what else. Oh! You saw that Lucy learned about chilies. She told me that she asked the woman working at the stand which were the chili peppers, and she basically said all of them. And then she settled on the jalapenos, which would have been my choice. So we've got a pint of jalapenos that we'll do something with. Tomatoes still coming in. That's kind of a small one, but you're getting them by the weight now, and so I'm sure these two added up to a pound. So tomatoes, this one looks, they're still ripening. I don't know how much longer that's going to last, but we'll eat them while we can get them. Carrots still coming in. We'll be getting carrots till the very end, I'm sure. And as we saw last week, they're starting to look more and more like a carrot that, well, not all of them, but more like a carrot that you would find in your in the dictionary, next to the word carrot, they would have a picture that looks something like this. And so we've got those carrots. We'll be eating those. A lot of salads and whatnots. You can never have enough garlic. And Lucy said she dug around in the box to get the biggest head of garlic that she could get, or bulb of garlic. Potatoes. We haven't gotten a lot of potatoes this summer, and you know, we don't eat a lot of potatoes, but we do when we get them. So let's eat these potatoes. Now, you saw in the conversation, our text conversation, that there was a little confusion about celery, and this is why. This is the celery, which is, of course, very, very green, and as opposed to the celery that you get in the grocery store, which is a much paler green, more of a celery color. But this celery is very green, and of course, these leaves are just glorious and smell so good. I can't wait to get into these and what we're going to do with it. The celery that you get in the grocery store is like hearts of celery, so it's the very center, and that's why they're not so green. They also blanch them a little bit to make them whiter. These green ones look beautiful, don't they? You know, celery, I learned this on a podcast, used to be a luxury item, and if you have an old china set, you will have probably in there a celery tray or a celery vase, where they used to put the celery out on the table as a garnish or as an hors d'oeuvre or as a relish kind of thing that you would eat between courses, like a salad. So celery used to be a luxury food, and there used to be a whole bunch of different colors of celery, but now it's green, and very, very green, as we see. And potato got away from us. So that's what we got this week in our CSA. That was a lot of fun, and we'll be back next week with next week's vegetables. I said it right.